Hello, next time tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster Solo Cecil Edition. It's me, BlueAnkylo. Episode 2, we're still just sort of rushing through the early game, just getting a feel for how challenging the solo run will be, and I'm feeling pretty high right now. So far, I would say it's been easier to be a solo Cecil. Everyone was just weighing us down. Bards, children, old men, none of them made it any easier. They just wasted your time. She doesn't want the bombs? Sure. Anyway, we'll get our white mage and then immediately heal her and kill her. It's pretty... I don't know about this. This one hits a little close. Basically, we're saving our lover... Or at least someone who loves us. Maybe Cecil doesn't have... Maybe he doesn't return the feelings to Rosa. Like, she's just, like, following him around, you know, lovey-dovey, trying to save him. And he's like, oh, this girl won't leave me alone. And then once they go out in the desert, he kills her. Or something. Maybe. This alternate reality. It's not the standard Final Fantasy IV story the elders would tell you. This is not a tale told by many. But in this timeline, Cecil was not interested in Rosa. And, well, you got a feeling you know what's happened soon. It's coming. Oh, Edward, we still have to do this? Wasn't he dead? Actually, are we doomed because he's literally not leveled up and I stripped all his equipment? What happens if we can't win this fight? Game over. Edward breaks the solo run because I have to use Edward. I don't know which one's actually better. I mean, it's just one person, but... Anna, you must fight! Someone left a comment in the original version saying that you can lose this fight with Edward. It looks like in this version... Oh, close your eyes! I should have tried running away or something. Oh, he just got 4 level ups in one fight. Would solo Cecil be easier than 4 Edwards? Yeah. Edwards don't get any weapons, any armor, any spells. 1 Cecil's better than 10, 20 Edwards. An army of Edwards wouldn't be able to kill X-Death. You could have 1,000 Edwards and I think they'd all just die to one big bang or whatever. Oh, everyone got resurrected again. Dang it. Alright. Let's get out of here. Just check the item shop again. I will have to go... This is not the item shop. I do have to sell some stuff. Hold on. Let's sort our inventory. Inventory is going to be a bit of a mess because everyone we recruit, we're unequipping all their stuff. Yeah, it's the Mr. Anderson clone fight, except that they're all terribly weak bards that can't even hardly stand up without getting out of breath and collapsing. You know, they're not kung fu fighters. They're just, you know... I don't know. Do I hold on to some of this stuff? No, I'll keep the rod. Don't need this. I can buy most of the stuff you might, like, we do need a not metal set once we get to the elf cave thing. It's more like the Super Nintendo version than the remix. There's no bonus content or dungeons. Only the original stuff. I'll go find, like, the Gaia gear and alternate equipment later on. Alright. Oh, right. Well, I'm glad I held on to the Lamia's harp. It's possible that fight with Edward... I mean, it's pretty scripted, but it actually might have been a bit tough if he didn't have a single weapon because you threw it away. I wonder what happens if you can't win that fight. Because if you sold both... Well, you could sell both of his harps but still give him a bow, I guess. I was just thinking, like, if you had literally no weapons, are you soft-locked? A good time to max those out. We'll try to keep around 10 of everything, like usual. Tents are pretty good. I mean, money is going to be no problem, I don't think. Speaking of which, in principle, we do not bring these. We do not bring these. Just because. Alright. Hermes shoes, very, very good. Hourglass, these are all like top tier. We can't use them until we're stuck. Like, we have to save those as long as possible for whatever fight is going to be really difficult for solo. I don't know which one it will be, but eventually we're going to hit one that's tough. And we must have options to cast haste and slow and stop. If we don't, we're going to have a bad time. So we cannot use those until later. They're grindable. There are ways to get them to drop from enemies, but it's painful, so I would prefer to not do as much of that as I can help it. Alright, so first fight after this, we'll clean everybody up, and then we'll go climb through the mountain. This place has a lot of zombies in it, so this might be a bit rude for solo Cecil, but I mean, you can just run from random encounters, so it's not that bad. Do we anticipate any trouble with the boss bomb? It does a lot of physical damage, but I have a feeling Cecil will be fine. It usually is risky for the mages with poor HP and poor armor. I don't think it'll be much of a problem for Cecil. Unless they hit way harder than I'm expecting. Just kill yourself. Punching yourself is such a silly way to go. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. It would be cool if you could use darkness on your own party. Or, like, if the cost for darkness was your own HP, or instead of your own HP was your party's HP. Ooh, that'd be a nice mechanic. Okay, darkness is not good on the birds. Lesson learned. Lots of XP from the birds, so more levels incoming. Tents, potions. Yeah, none of this is super important. You know, with only one character, not a lot of treasure chests are going to be very valuable. Unless it's gear for Cecil, you know, it's not going to be that good. Should definitely save, though. Enjoy the Mount Hobbs orchestrated edition. Yeah, not really working on skeletons. I am kind of hoping that once Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster gets out, assuming they're, you know, enjoying them or making money off them or whatever, that the blue bombs or gray bombs hit harder than the red bombs. So kill the gray bombs first. I do remember that. Yeah, in the boss fight. I'm hopeful that Square Enix considers like some kind of expansion DLC idea to include the bonus content, the bonus dungeons, the, you know, alternate endings and stuff that the some of the other remakes have added. We lost about half our HP. No trouble. Honestly, not really any more difficult than trying to keep the whole group alive. Cecil practically invincible. I could have just auto-battled the 6 bombs at the end, and he would have taken a little bit more damage if we didn't kill the gray bombs, but easy. So what's the next? The whole Fabool stuff, I don't see any problem with it, other than having to kill the whole party over and over again. Good, no one got res. What about the first elemental fiend, Scarmiglione, or however you say his name? Would you consider Scarmiglione to be difficult solo? Can Cecil do damage to him with dark weapons? I'm pretty sure he can. He doesn't have, like, zombie immunity. I'm pretty sure. Mount Ordeals will suck because we're going to have to run from everything on the way up. And perhaps a level 1 paladin on his own might have some problems. I'm not sure. I expect once we get a level up, like the first fight we'll get to like level 20 and then we'll be fine, but surviving that first battle solo might be tricky. I don't know. But yeah, we will level up so fast. That was pretty close. just saying, I'm cutting a little close there. Could probably do some grinding, but what's the point of grinding when you're not a paladin, you know? Oof, 80 damage, dang. I wonder if that was a crit. One thing the Pixel Remasters don't do very well is tell you when you're getting a critical hit. The original version had a little text for it, which was, I would say, better. Alright, Fabool sequence. 7 chests, 3 items. Is it all locked? Also, let me just make sure. Unequipped, just in case. They sell. Yeah. Armor upgrade for our main man, which I don't know if you need to buy these or anything, but you go from 25 defense to 29 defense. It's an upgrade. It's unfortunately obsolete pretty quick, but yeah. Try to stay capped on potions. We'll buy lots of high potions once they're available. Does Paladin Cecil learn any useful white magic? Does he get, like... Does he get protect and stuff? I never remember. I generally just ignore his white magic other than cure for out of battle. Post-battle quick heals. Once, like, Rose is out of NP. Bacchus Cider, I think that causes Berserk? I still feel weird that that's not locked. That chest. Weird. Yeah, we're gonna skip the dancing monk. We're not really here for story content. We're here for the challenge. Zeus's Wrath, lightning damage, ice damage, fire damage. All potentially useful if we get to a pinch. But maybe not. You know, I don't know. I might never actually use them. That's my wife. Alright, we're missing 3 chests, 1 item. I think the 3 chests are in the castle armory, and the 1 item is probably from the king at the end, the sword upgrade, I think. The very well hidden castle armory. Alright, don't worry. We'll protect you from Baron, maybe. We might just kill you all. I don't know. You could spin this one a couple different ways about how Cecil doesn't defend anyone very well, because everywhere he goes, the crystal gets stolen, and everyone seems to die anyway, even though we were there to stop the enemy. Maybe he's working for the Red Wings all... Maybe... That's what I want to see. That's the edit I want. Well, these encounter chains aren't putting up much of a fight. Just tosses him in the body in the outline pit, yeah. Oh, look, Edward tripped and the monsters got him, and then that's gonna let them steal the crystal. I feel like Cecil could have just stood in the door by himself. Maybe put Rosa behind him to heal him once in a while, but for the most part he doesn't even need healing. Just put him there killing enemies for hours, they'd never get through the door. Right? It'd be fine. Well, until this guy shows up. Hey, Kane. Best bro. I guess we're fighting? Alright. Well, if you want to fight, we can fight. Ow. I think we would win this fight because we're so highly overleveled. I don't know how many HP Kane should have, but I'm actually pretty sure we... You know, this is scripted, but I feel like we would be much higher level than him at this point. Or what the game would expect you to be at. Oh, the girls come! Yay, it's a family reunion. And then Golbez shows up. And that's when you know you're really in trouble, because, well, Big Daddy, Big Papa Dark Knight. This is the Master Dark Knight. He's like level 60 or 55 or whatever he is in the end game right now. Plus he knows lightning, like Thundera, Thundaga at least. It's probably Thundaga, just wipes everybody out. And this time, Cecil's not actually knocked out. He's just laying on the ground with his elbow on the ground, holding his head, just watching, being like, yeah, get rid of her. Thanks for showing up, Kane. Nice time. You want to take the bard with you too? Oh, well, at least you got rid of the annoying girl. Trying to kill these people for so long. Rydia, have you been healing everyone behind my back again when they're supposed to be dead? Look, it's a solo challenge. That means Cecil's the only one that can survive in the entire world. Everyone is a casualty except Cecil. That's one way of interpreting it, right? Solo challenge means only one man can survive. Demon shield, sure. The only shield upgrade for Dark Knight. We'll go talk to the king, and then go get on a boat. We got... Oh, we didn't get all the treasure. Good. Interesting that they don't count the king's gift as a part of the collectibles for this game. I mean, if everybody on the planet was dead... Oh, do you have to go rest the inn first? Dang it. Maybe you really would get a lot of experience. There was another game, I think it was one of those Jet Li fighting movies from like the 90s or early 2000s. It's like The One or something like that, or I can't remember. But the concept was similar to Highlander in that you're killing a bunch of alternate reality versions of yourself because somehow, across the multiverse, your power is split across all the parallel versions of yourself, all the different types of you in every different universe. So there's this guy that starts killing all of his, alternate reality versions until he's the only one of himself left. And then he has, like, ultimate power because he's killed all of them. It's a dumb concept, but it's got some cool kung fu fighting, Alright, we got a new sword. Heck yeah. Bringer of Death. I mean, that's a lot of good stats. If I got that in D&D, I'd be pretty happy. Someone tell my dungeon master. I want Deathbringer. Attack 30. That's got to be at least like 3d10s. Accuracy 90 doesn't really work. Maybe like plus 9 to hit. Sure, yeah. And yeah, plus 5 strength, dexterity, constitution. Yeah, plus 5 to all your stats except wisdom. That's great. That'd be a totally balanced Dungeons and Dragons weapon. You remember that movie? Yeah, I don't think it was... It wasn't, like, popular, but I think it was, it was, like, high production value, right? Like, they had some cool graphics, at least. Good, combat, whatever they called it, the, all that stuff. Look, I don't know. What am I talking about? Oh, right, the music. Sid's theme, just, we don't have a Sid, but... This one always gets me going. Makes me feel a little bit happier. Even though we're slaughtering everyone in the world. Even this entire boat, they all die because of us, right? All these sailors will never get home. It's technically Rydia's fault. I blame her. But in this version, this timeline, Cecil probably called Leviathan to eat them. Yeah, martial arts were like all the rage back then. It was probably that few years after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I think that was the first big floaty kung fu movie. Or at least floaty kung fu movie that got really popular, or like famous. And then after that, everyone was doing it, right? I feel like that's like history of kung fu movies 101. It's like post Bruce Lee era. Bruce Lee's gone. Now it's other people doing other things, other types of kung fu. Maybe. I might be totally wrong. I don't know. I'm no cinemaphile or whatever. Oh no, tentacles. Is that really Leviathan? Leviathan doesn't have weird tentacles, does he? It's supposed to be Leviathan, fair enough. Oh, it's his tail! I was thinking tentacles. No, that was his tail. Alright, well, all these sailors are dead. Cecil just cuts them down, feeds them to Leviathan to satiate the god. Throws in Edward. Throws in the girl. Yeah, tosses the girl in there like, yep. Yang jumps after her, except really gets pushed. Edward's over there. Oh, you fell. Knock him into the water. Like he trips, and then Cecil just comes up behind, throws him into the maw of the beast. Oh no, he got eaten by Leviathan. And then, like, as he's about to drown, he's like, thumbs up, worth it. But he survives somehow. I guess his dungeon master, his 25 constitution's like, actually, you're too strong to die. You've got too many hit points. You just jumped off a cliff, took 100 damage, but you're fine. Alright. It turns out we can't drown because we can hold our breath for years. So let's just keep playing. Maybe that was just like a cruel Cecil trying to literally commit suicide there. The Miscidia theme's pretty good. Pretty good. Is there any treasure here? No. Don't look for treasure, you just get turned into frogs. Well, okay. I usually spend a little bit of time exploring Miscidia because of the music, but... One thing, I don't know if it's like a good or a bad thing in terms of design, but all the towns in Final Fantasy IV are really small. Like, they feel really compact. There's not a lot of extra stuff in them, and some of them have some treasure, but usually there's not a lot of extra. Like, sure, Baron's got that waterfall, but most of the time it's like just the minimum number of shops and buildings. I guess a couple towns are a little bit bigger, but generally there's not a lot extra. And Miscidia is certainly one of the tiniest ones. I kind of like having slightly larger towns to explore, but on the other hand, like, maybe the reason I love this game so much is kind of because it's streamlined. You know, you're not wasting a lot of time exploring a gigantic city for 5 hours, right? Like, alright, so we're gonna strip the kids down, move them into easier to slay positions. No experience for those two. And then I need to sort my inventory first. I'm gonna sell off some excess again. So what's to hold on to? We don't need those. Try to sell things we don't need. I'll keep one bow for Cecil later. Don't need old swords, old shields, armor. Alright, that's it. Easy. Thought it might have been a remake like FF1? Maybe. I don't know what the developers were thinking. It is very similar. Well, it's got that crystal story, but almost all the old FF1, all the Final Fantasies up to 4, or up to 5, I guess, pretty much had the 4 crystals of light kind of thing going on. Well, is that true? No, Final Fantasy 2 didn't do it. 1, 3, 4, 5, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. So we don't need to buy... I don't know if it's worth buying a couple of these to break... I'm actually not sure if Cecil can actually use them in battle to cast the magic off of them. You might need to be able to equip them to do that. I will buy a set of armor because he's... I thought we'd have enough money for all the paladin gear before we got here, but I actually don't. We're 8,000 short. Well, it's still probably better to buy the gauntlets and the helm, because they add up to a slightly more armor than the knight's armor. I mean, I can buy him this at least, right? He can equip Gaia gear as a paladin, so... He's just going to be missing the knight's armor until we get back. Unless we do a lot of grinding, but I don't think we'll need to. I'll definitely make a separate save before we promote, just in case. Stinking Cloud's a level 2 spell. Ooh, high potions. Oh, yeah, those will be good too. There's a few things. It would be nice to have some money. Yeah. I'll buy some more of these later. Yeah, emergency high potions for solo run. Good idea. Regular potions will be mostly only useful out of battle. And they're not going to keep up, because they're only, what, 100 or something? So as we get to thousands of hit points, 100 is nothing, so... Definitely need to upgrade to high potions. Alright, so we kill the kids. It's a good time to kill the kids. Oh, the bird's making it easy. We just let the bird eat them? You're such a good bird. Eat the children. I say that, I mean... And he goes for Cecil. Alright. Now, I do remember on Super Nintendo, the zoos were kind of scary. I think they were just scary because they killed Palom and Porom all the time. But if Cecil hits them with his Deathbringer, usually they just got one shot, but I feel like in this edition it's definitely lower odds of insta-death. Alright, level 25. What's a good... I am a little bit concerned about the Scarmiglione fight. And I'm just trying to think, like, should we try to get a couple levels here first? Because we can't... Dark Knight Cecil cannot grind on Mount Ordeals, I don't think. I don't think there's any way for him to grind up there at all as a Dark Knight. So we'll have to do it down here. And honestly, this fight does give pretty good XP, the way I remember it. 1,200. Honestly, I think we were getting more in the last area. Before we left Fabool. Should have thought of that in advance. Well... yeah, when you become a paladin, you go back to level 1. You lose all your experience. But we have to kill a reasonably difficult boss before we can get promoted. Will he be difficult, though? I'm trying to think. I'm calculating. There, that was the insta-death. Let's get one level up, and then I'm gonna think about it till then, about how hard Scarmiglione will be solo. One of his biggest dangers was his AoE attack. The fact that he did a lot of damage to the whole group. I think he put, like, sap on everybody or something. But that's not going to be a big problem with one character. I'm not sure how much damage your Dark Sword does to him, though. Usually you kill him with magic. Fire 2 from one of the kids. And then you get Tell as well, so fire whatever he has. Fire something. I've never really leveled Dark Knight Cecil very high. I don't know how well he scales. I will say that because I think 16s and multiples of 16 are important, maybe I'll try to get his strength to 32, because that might give him a big damage up In fact, I'll try to remember. So 5 times 43, and let's get him a level up. It'll just take a couple minutes. We haven't done any grinding. I feel like a solo challenge with no grinding just doesn't feel appropriate, you know? Like, I feel like I'm letting you guys down by not doing any of that. 450, that's a pretty bad XP fight. And this way we can buy a bunch of high potions, which might save our butt. I'm not sure if the darkness is worth it. We're definitely doing like 70 or so damage to ourselves. Maybe I should try one of those on just regular attack mode, see if it's faster. If you skip out the potion healing, it might overall be faster. This fight, though, perfect for darkness. What was I trying to remember? 5 times some number. Should write it down. Oh, there was a... Okay, hold on. I remember when I did this last time, someone was like, Blue, is the grinding area available still north of Mount Ordeals? And I checked it, and it was. Higher level enemies. Enemy... Ooh. Dang, that's our first game over. Neat. Okay, that's cool. I like this. We're gonna go fight up here for a bit. See if we can do it. Maybe don't use darkness. Yeah, these are enemies from the north areas. Ooh, they do a lot of damage. Dang. Oops. Oh, it actually auto targets anyway. Nice. I thought it would throw it at Palom, but you know, Palom's dead. I wonder if this is worth it. 2000 XP? I mean... It takes a lot longer, and there's some risk of death. I'm not sure it's better than fighting in the bird zone. Kate Sith might just be able to blaster us too. I'm not sure if darkness is the way here, honestly. It's fine. Whew. And then the needle does 230 damage. Dang! They were doing like 10 or 20, so I'm like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. They must get like a crit or something. It's kind of like the Peninsula of Power, but not as far advanced, you know? It's higher level enemies, but not quite as powerful. We really need to be able to one-shot those porcupine guys. Ah, yeah, one-shot Kate Sith. I'm thinking this is a much less efficient place to grind. Just given the likelihood of dying, you know? Oh man, that's a lot of enemies. What if you tried, like... Oh, I was gonna find out if I can use... So the rod is not available as a use item here. It must be you need to be able to equip the ice rod to use it. We can find out if this does enough damage. No, not even as good as darkness. In-battle items still kind of suck, sadly. Anything else that might be worth trying? Probably not. You need the ones that do the era tier. I don't think we can win this. I'll try, though. $3,500 XP? Is that worth it? Okay, so now that our strength is 32, our attack did go up a multiplier. I said 16, maybe it's 8, maybe it's 4 8s or 16s, but I know some of those numbers definitely have a better effect on your multiplier. Interesting. I wonder if we're strong enough to one-shot the porcupine guys now. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I remembered this area. This is a kind of interesting science. Ooh, that will make this much safer. Not every time, but closer. I should have healed. What we need is actually like more defense multipliers. Am I dropping some frames? If I'm dropping some frames, I apologize. I don't... There's nobody home. It's just the internet if that's what's going on. There's nobody uploading or downloading or nothing. Oh, that's bad luck. Real bad. Maybe just try to run when you get ambushed. I mean, probably should just reload so you don't waste your potions, but... If I was playing NES FF1, I would just reset on an ambush rather than take the loss, you know, the gold loss of healing. It looks like when we first got here, I really was on the boundary of strong enough to kill things in one hit, and after that one level up, now we're killing things pretty reliably. Sorry about that, guys. I'm looking at OBS right now. I have dropped a few frames, or a couple thousand frames recently. It's not showing any alerts, so it might just be weird, you know, internet congestion or something. It's like 6 in the evening here, so maybe everyone's coming home, starting to watch YouTube videos in the evening after dinner or something. I don't know. My internet's generally pretty good, but I do get those drops every now and then for a little while. It usually cleans up after a little while, but, you know. Alright, I will agree that this is not a bad place to grind. It was a little dicey the first couple fights, but since then it's looking pretty good. I think you just have to wait till your level... If you're doing it solo, you might want to wait till you're level 26, 27 before you transition to this area. And make sure you bring some high potions. Now, again, I don't even know if we need to do any grinding here. It's just kind of convenient, and it's kind of a unique... it is similar to Peninsula Power. You know, it's kind of a similar idea, concept. It's kind of cool. Ow. Every now and then, you just take a tremendous amount of damage from these things. So, I killed one of them for 250, and then I hit another one for 350, and it didn't die. Do the enemies have, like, HP ranges or something that I'm not aware of? Because it sure seems like one died taking less damage than the second one, or the last one, that I actually did more to, and it didn't even go down. I'm just going to get to 30, and then we're going to go back to town, buy the armor, buy some more high potions, and probably good enough. But if we need to do more grinding, we know where to go now. I would say this is probably faster than the birds. Oh yeah, I see a few more frames. Yeah, sorry if the frames are dropping a bit. Every now and then I check over OBS. There's definitely some getting missed every... kind of regularly, a few frames. The future tubers conveniently won't have that problem for local recordings, but sadly the live tubers are at the whims of the internet gods. It'd be different if I was, like, downloading something or whatever, but I keep my internet pretty clear while I'm streaming. Ouch, that was a lot of damage. 3... Might be dead. I should have healed. Too greedy. Okay, we survived. Barely. That was pushing the luck. Ooh. I didn't know they could do that. I've never seen a tree cast stop. Wow, that's our first stun lock kill. Neat. I mean, that was cool. I did not. Now today I learned that trees can cast stop. Dang. Probably never let them live long enough to do that normally. Solo runs. You do learn, I would say, a lot more mechanics when you try to do a challenge run than just a vanilla playthrough. That's basically how I learned all the FF1 stuff, was I had to learn it to make it through on the solo challenge. And then you get I got interested and start digging around a little bit more, trying to figure out how it works. I don't know if a back attack is worth it. Well, the preemptive strike doesn't matter, but they'll get another round of attacks while I'm changing rows. Ah, no, this is fine. So that guy took 318 and didn't die. Aw, just cut down in the prime of his life, blasted away. I have played RPGs that have variable enemy HP. There's one I was playing recently. What was it called? Well, classically, stuff like Pokemon does that. Dang, these guys are wrecking us this time. What was it? Oh, the very first Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest 1. Enemies have a maximum and a minimum HP threshold. All of them, I think. Well, maybe not slimes, but like basically everybody has like a... That is just... I wonder if he only does that when he's the only enemy left. Like, I have a feeling the scripts are changing when there's only a single enemy on screen for some of these guys. Maybe we need to kill the Kate Sith quicker. Maybe it's the same with the trees. Like when there's only one enemy alive, maybe they can't use stop until they're the last one alive, right? It's interesting. All right, well, we've powered up our Dark Knight a bit. He's definitely stronger. When we got to this area, he was like level 25. So, you know, a few level ups, not bad. We'll head back to Miscidia, restock our potions. We can afford the armor now, which is also one of the things I was thinking maybe we could grind for, so. We're now doing 90 damage to ourselves every time we cast Dark. It's fine. Yeah, I'm still dropping frames. Hopefully it cleans up. I hope it's not too bad. I think usually when we're really getting solid frame drops, I get little warnings in OBS. It's not actually giving me a pop-up, like, by the way, you're getting a bad connection. It's just a few % are getting lost along the way kind of thing. But it is kind of steady. I don't know it's like, whatever my bit rate is I set for the upload, it's like it's not quite getting it like it's supposed to. Which is weird, because I did set it like, whatever 100% of my upload rate is, I set it to like, I think I only have it at like 70% or something, so unless something's really messing up my internet, it should be fine. Alright, we have the fancy armor. Let's probably just buy as many potions as we can afford, and then we're good to go. That should be enough. I'll hold on to the Gaia gear, because there might be a time to use it. Alright, alright. Well, we'll get a feel for whether or not our first elemental fiend is actually a tough fight coming up soon. I think we got, what, 50 minutes into the recorded episode? I think we can make it to class change, or at least we can make an attempt at class change on this episode, so it shouldn't take too long to climb Ordeals. Just running from everything. Hey, there's Scott Bowden. Well, usually you wouldn't have enough armor for Knight's Armor, but I did buy the cheap version. Basically, if you're playing along FF4 solo or not, if you know what's going to happen and you're like, oh, I should buy some of this for preparation, the Knight's Armor is really expensive. You might as well just buy Gaia gear, which is good. Well, it's not as good, but you know, it's fine. But it's way cheaper, right? Like, just buy him some cheap mage gear, because he doesn't need the heavy armor just yet. And, I mean, you have to go back to Miscidia after anyway, so... it's fine. Alright. So, level 30. Definitely way higher than normal. I'm kind of, you know, I feel like we got a little bit of fun there. We got to go to the, you know, the grind zone, fight some high-level enemies, get killed a few times, you know, that was kind of interesting. The dead children gonna cast some magic. I think this was just to prevent you in the original game, well, probably this game too. If you never entered Miscidia and talked to the Elder, you didn't have to get Palom and Porum to join. So you could skip them and come here as solo Cecil, but you'd never be able to get past the fire. Which is too bad. Because I'd skip them. In a solo challenge, if you could skip a party member, you would. But then maybe you'd never see this cutscene and totally be surprised when Scarmiglione shows up and tries to kill you. Scarmiglione? I don't think anyone's ever successfully explained how to pronounce these names from the FF4 fiends. Alright, we'll do some looting on the way up. And we're just running from everything, sadly. We could probably put Cecil in the back row, honestly. I don't even think there's any birds on this mountain. It's just all undead, right? But it's not a very long dungeon. I mean, I could throw potions at them, I think, and kill them. Technically, we could kill them. But if you want to do a solo Cecil no running challenge, that is not something I'm up for right now. Because you'd have to throw potions at all the undead until you were a paladin. And I don't know how you'd kill the flans, honestly. You might just have to reset and hope you don't get a random flan encounter. Well, you can hit them for 1 damage with your sword. All you need to do is 1 damage. You get there eventually. Alright, Tella's back, y'all. Is he better than last time? No. But he did get new equipment. So, okay, yeah. You don't even need to buy the Gaia gear because Tella comes with some. You just get it for free. Let's, just rotate the position of the bodies a little. Oh, we got the instant death! I didn't even know that could work on your party. I mean, of course it can, but we did not do 576 damage. We did like 380 or something, right? And he still died. Excellent. Man, this is the best sword ever. Oh, I could kill the Lilith. And that would be it. Cannot win that fight. Actually, I don't know if you could kill the ghost enemies, because they don't take damage from healing magic. So the potions wouldn't work, I don't think. I don't know if there'd be any way to kill them without, like, fire or whatever spell it is that works. Or no, maybe it's fire that heals them. I'm not sure anymore. He's not a cool D&D player. I mean, he seems like the coolest D&D player. Somehow hacked in a sword that's totally unbalanced. Maybe this is the dungeon master being like, you know, I gave you this really cool sword. It's got insta-kill Vorpal effects. It adds to all your stats. I think we're gonna change your class so you can't use it. we're gonna nerf the Dark Knight a little bit because he's killing everyone. He's a murder hobo. He doesn't even. The player characters that join the party, like the humans, never get to play because he just kills them as soon as they show up. They make a new character every day. Ooh, I forgot about his buddies. Well, let's see. That's fine. I don't know how many HP Skull Nants have. Maybe we can just use normal potions. No. I'm glad I thought of potions, actually, because... yeah, I don't think you could kill them normally. For a solo run. Like, that's good. We're learning. Yeah. I will demonstrate it with the last one, though, that you can attack them. Just in case you've never tried. 1 damage. Well, okay, but they'll drain faster than you can do 1 damage a turn, you know. Alright, but now for the real question. What happens when we attack... Ah, we're fine. Maybe we should have left one of the zombies alive. I think he'd be doing less thunder if the zombies were there. Alright, we better heal up. This is starting to chip us down. Usually this fight with Scarmiglione, he dies pretty fast because you can just cast Fire 2 on him, right? This is the fight where you're like, dang, Palom and Porum are tough, because you cast Cure on the boss and do like a couple thousand damage, then you do your, whatever, your intelligence doubling on Palom, and then Fire 2 does like 3,000 damage or something. You're like, wow, they're really good. First boss fight that was a little bit tricky so far. Let's find out if the second boss fight will be a little tricky as well. The surprise boss fight. Teleports behind you. Alright, real music, real fight. Attacked on the back. By Scarmiglione. Scarman. Alright. 360. Damage is fine. What's the return? Nothing. Poison, no big deal. Is this easier than normal? Yep. Now, again, he's super weak to fire. So we would be doing thousands of damage per turn with the rest of the team. But it turns out, it's fine. Nothing to worry about. Cecil crushes him. The end. GG, thanks for playing Scarmiglione. Scarmadudad. Scarmin Max. Skadat Bat Boodle Man. Alright, well, we got to level 31. I mean, that's a pretty high level. Pretty cool. That's the highest level Dark Knight I've ever seen, really. I don't know how high you could get him. Well, eventually 99, but, like, realistically, solo, you could probably hit maybe 35, 40 before it got really slow. But you don't need it. In fact, that was easy enough that I don't think you needed to do any grinding at all. You probably could have just came straight here at level 25 or 26, and it'd have been fine. It would have taken a little longer. You might have had to use a couple more potions, but whatever. The second fight, I didn't heal at all. The first fight, I did, but it was only because he was thundering like crazy. I think the strat would be to leave one zombie alive and then start attacking the boss, because the zombies do less damage than the boss does. And when there's a zombie, he just tells them to drain your life very slowly. Alright, so force class change. Oathbreaker Paladin, or whatever we're calling it. I don't know if we decided a good oath for our quite evil paladin. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to stop playing and go look it up to see what one of the good oaths would be. But it's cool. We're a paladin, yo. And we're still gonna kill everyone we find. Nothing changes. Paladin continues to strike down his friends, but now he's saving them from the pain of living in this cruel world. He's saving them from 2022 by striking them down so they don't have to live in pain and suffering. Alright. And whatever, who cares? I bet you speedrunners wish they could skip all this stuff too. I've never really looked at a speedrun of FF4, but there is an awful lot of cutscenes, right? Like, it'd be pretty cool if you could just press start and skip it all. Game designers should always add a way to skip these things, honestly. That would be smart. Alright, so, level 1! And, much, much, much weaker. Now, we could hide in the back row and shoot arrows, and we can equip staves now. Yay! We're not gonna do that. We're gonna put on all of our cool new gear. And, I mean, that's a lot of stats, you know? We definitely have way, way less attack and defense. Our actual base defense is higher because better armor, but our defense multiplier is terrible, and our attack multiplier is terrible. So, all we really gained was a lot of spirit, for now. But, you know, we'll get there, I think. I was a little concerned that it might be tricky for the first couple fights here, but we'll see. Kind of glad we did not get a random encounter. Now I can make my second save, just in case. I can't think of anything. But we're going to end the episode. Oh, the cliffhanger for now. So future tubers, you'll have to find out how level 1 Paladin does solo next time. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.